Oh, hi there. I'm sure you're wondering what's going on. I can assure you it's not as it first appears. I know, a butler, a gun, a dead body lying on the floor. You may have even heard gunshots earlier. Yes, he was murdered, but it was someone else who shot him. Perhaps I should better explain. While the course of events ended here only moments ago, they began hours before. Others have been called here by Mr. Walters. This is his house. By the way, that's Mr. Walters over there. This is rather complex. Perhaps it'd be best if I take you back and let you see the course of events yourself. Pretend it's now earlier in the evening, and as I said, others have been called here by Mr. Walters and... Oh dear. Mr. Walters? Mr. Walters. Steve, you need to know.
I'm supposed to be dead.
I know, but these people came to see a story, and we can't very well show the events of how you came to be murdered with you lying on the floor, dead.
But I've been shot.
No, see, it's earlier now. You won't be shot for some time yet.
Do you think it'll be okay? They won't be upset if the dead man suddenly stands up and walks away?
They'll understand. They came to see a story. Now, once you lie on the floor, go ahead and get up.
I wasn't prepared for this. I was expecting to be dead.
I know, but it's for the best.
What do I do now?
To start, just wait in the other room.
I sure hope you know what you're doing.
So do I. As I was saying, others have been called here by Mr. Walters. This is Betty DePere, an old flame of Mr. Walters. She still intends to marry him, but not for the right reasons. And here is Jennifer Jones, Mr. Walters' business partner. Lydia Convery, Mr. Walters' current fiancée. He loves her, and she loves his money. And finally, there's Preston Lavender, Lydia's friend. Enough said. So there you have it. You've met everyone. And with that, I give you the murder of Stephen Walters.
How should I know why we're here?
You're his business partner.
And you're his fiancé.
Would you two quit your bickering? And I certainly don't know why you're here. Because I was the future Miss Walters, long before you ever came into the picture. Was is the key word there.
Ladies, please.
Must you bring him everywhere?
I was invited, just like you.
Yeah, I bet you were.
As you may have gathered, these folks don't exactly get along. To be quite honest, they're not the easiest of people to get along with.
Who's he talking to?
I don't know. Who are you talking to?
The audience.
That's just great. Go ahead and spoil the illusion.
I'm simply trying to...
You're ruining the story.
You've broken our pace.
I'm acting as the narrator, just as I'm supposed to.
And next, I suppose you'll be telling them how it ends.
They know how it ends.
What?
They know how it ends.
Then what's the point? This is supposed to be a mystery. How much mystery can there be if they know how it ends?
Well, it's true, they know how it ends. They don't know who did it, only that it was done.
Isn't that a big part of the mystery?
It can be, but in this case, the real mystery is who, not how.
And they don't mind knowing the end up front?
They're still here, aren't they?
I don't know, that person right there in the first row, Calissa May, she has shifted in her seat 3 times already. I think she's about to bolt.
They won't bolt if you guys stick to the script and keep the story moving ahead.
So it's our fault now.
Let's just get back to the story, okay? As I was saying, these folks don't care much for the other. To be blunt, they hate each other. But in that hate is the one common thread that brings them here today. As much as they hate each other, they all hate Stephen Walters even more.
I'm still not so sure about you talking to the audience like that. I just don't understand it.
It's been done for thousands of years. It's called an aside.
A what?
An aside. Theoretically, when I'm speaking to the audience, you aren't supposed to be able to hear me.
That's silly. We're right here. How can we help but hear you?
Of course you can hear me. You're supposed to go on as though you can't. The aside is an opportunity for me, as the narrator, to speak with the audience. It's like I'm having a personal conversation with every member of the audience. Shakespeare used asides all the time. It's like a chorus in the ancient Greek plays.
But this isn't a musical.
Just because there's a chorus doesn't mean it's a musical.
Then why would they have a chorus?
That's what I'm trying to explain.
Then get on with it. We have a story to tell here.
Right, the story. Where were we?
I think you were about to explain the purpose of a chorus.
I meant this story, you know, the murder and all.
I, for one, don't feel like I can continue until you explain this chorus business and that aside thing you keep pulling.
I'll have to second that one.
What are you doing here?
I wanted to hear what you guys were talking about.
Oh, good heavens. What about the audience?
They've already paid their money. How do they know this isn't the story they came to see anyway?
Because we already told them it's a murder mystery.
Oh, yeah, but I want to know what the chorus is for. If it's not for singing.
Folks, please bear with us for a moment. I promise you this won't take but a minute and we'll get right back to our story. Thank you.
Thank
These shoes are killing me.
As I was saying, oftentimes throughout the story, I'll speak to the audience, much like the Greeks did in their plays thousands of years ago. But there, they most often used what was known of as a chorus.
But they didn't sing.
They may have in some cases, but what's important to know now, and how this relates to the asides you witnessed today, is why the chorus was there in the first place.
Well, why was it there?
Well, first and foremost, to keep the story moving ahead.
Why not just let the characters tell the story through dialogue?
They probably could, but when a story is very complex, it would take hour after hour of dialogue just to set the stage for events about to happen. But if someone, or a group of people, a chorus, were to fill in some of the background and detail as the story goes along, the actors can play out the most important parts on the stage through dialogue.
I don't get it. Yes, what are you talking about?
The chorus, or in this case, a narrator, provides details and information that may not be readily apparent to the audience, but are important to the story as a whole.
But why do you keep talking to the audience?
To keep the story moving ahead.
It sounds like a way for you to get some extra lines and try to upstage everyone.
It is nothing like that. Every line, stage direction, and aside has been carefully thought out and written down, and for the play to work, it must be followed precisely.
You do seem to have a lot of lines, and some of your speeches are even leaning towards soliloquies.
That isn't true.
No.
Then why is it your lines come up every other time, yet we're stuck playing round robin?
I don't know. I'm just an actor doing my lines as written. If you want to take problem with the quantity and occurrence of your lines, talk to the writer.
Well, maybe you already have, and that's why you have all the good ones.
This is getting too ridiculous. We have a story to tell, and I think it'd be best if we got back to it.
That's easy for you to say, but with having the leading role and all.
I don't have the lead role.
Oh no? Then who does?
Well, I would say it's Steve. Steve's the lead? Steve's dead.
Not yet, he isn't.
Yeah, not yet I'm not.
But he will be. And he hardly has any lines. Yeah, what about that? I have more lines than Steve.
Quantity of lines isn't the only factor in making the lead character.
Now what are you talking about?
The number of lines spoken is no criteria for calling someone the lead character.
Then what is?
The lead character is the one who gives everyone else a reason to be here.
This is way too technical. I'm bored.
Okay, we've gotten way off track. Again, let's just get back to our story, the one the audience came to see, and try to entertain them to the best of our abilities. Remember, every part is important to the story as a whole, no matter how large or how small.
Was that a shot at me?
No. I'm just trying to get the story back on track and at the same time appease your delicate after egos.
Oh, okay then.
May I continue now?
Yeah.
And you're all okay with my being the narrator and speaking in asides to the audience?
I don't think it was
narrator.
Actors, as I was saying, these folks don't care much for the other, and they've all been called here by Steve for reasons yet unknown.
But I know why.
What are you doing?
Well, I told them my obligation to come on and draw attention to myself. Being the lead and all.
The lead? Now I've heard it all. Next you'll be telling us that the only reason these people are here is to see you. That's it. That is it!
People, please, just calm down, Lydia. And you, get off the stage. May I get you anything? May I get you anything? Ahem. May I get you anything?
Oh, are you talking to them or to us?
To you. I am the butler, after all. May I get you anything?
All right. No, I'm fine.
Anyone else?
No. I think I'd like a root beer.
What?
I'd like your root beer.
You're supposed to say no.
How's that?
When I say anyone else, you're supposed to say no.
I am?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
But I'm thirsty. What?
You need to get with it, Jennifer. We have a story to tell.
But I really am thirsty.
You know what? So am I.
People.
Me too.
People.
Now that you mention it, I'm kind of thirsty too.
People.
I'm thirsty too, John.
People. What are you doing?
You asked us if we wanted anything, and we said no.
As you should.
But we really are thirsty.
But you're not supposed to be. It's not part of the script.
Oh really? And what has been part of the script so far?
I really don't think this is the time nor place to get into that. We must finish telling the story.
Are you going to get us something to drink?
No, I am not going to get you something to drink. But what I am going to do is try my best to keep the story moving ahead, no matter what the rest of you try to do.
John's right. We have to get back on track.
And with that, I shall go.
I think that was your cue, Jennifer.
My cue?
Oh! Before you go, why did Steve call us here tonight?
I'm only the butler, and to that I do not know.
And as the narrator?
To that I cannot say.
It's now been 10 minutes since we arrived, and there's still no sign of Steve. I wonder if this is one of his practical jokes, and he isn't even here.
He wouldn't. Would he?
He might. He loves to make us suffer and show how he has complete control over every one of us.
He certainly doesn't control me. I don't know why you're here, dear. I'm here because Steve wishes me to be here, dear. And truth be told, I think it's for more than just my presence.
What?
and send these kind people home.
What a spoil sport you are! You're just jealous
Jealous? Of what?
of my superior acting and ad-libbing ability that I used to carry you and the rest of this cast through the play.
You've got to be kidding!
I've seen you. All of you looking at me in awe.
If that's short for awful, then you know what? You're right.
What you?
More superior ad-libbing, I see.
All right, now apologize.
I won't.
Make him apologize. Apologize yourself. Freeze! This is the police. I've got you all covered.
The police? You're not a cop.
I just always wanted to say that.
That is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
How's that?
I'm going to shoot.
I'm going to shoot.
I'm going to shoot.
I'm going to shoot. Shift.
All right.
Shift. Put the guns down. It's just a play, guys. That's all. Don't shoot. You've all got so much to live for.
Well, this is where you came in. The gunshots, the body falling, the butler with the gun. With a little mystery, a little suspense, and a little humor, this has been the murder of Stephen Walters. We hope you enjoyed being here as the audience, as much as we, the actors, have enjoyed having you. Thank you. Okay, and we will now be having a short 10-minute intermission. This will be the only one of the evening, so if you need to go to the bathroom, please go now.
I was supposed to do that.
It makes the most sense for me to, you know, as the lead.
So you're the lead now.